Oh, you could say that was cool. It works. I was unsure. I was unsure, even tuning it, whether it was going to work or not, but it works.
Yay. Well, it took you all of 2 minutes to tune it in.
Oh, it was so easy. It was so easy to tune in. That tuner like laughed at it. Like, oh, I can resolve this match. The tuner laughed at it like, oh, this is no challenge. So how does that make you feel, Dave? That Wayne in the trailer park can get on 75 meters and you in a suburban home cannot.
It's just the way it goes. I don't have a good antenna. I just tuned up the 40-meter stick, and it tunes up real nice there.
Yeah, what does it radiate?
Well, it doesn't radiate well on 160, so I'm guessing it'll only be slightly better on 80.
Well, Wayne's 40-meter antenna works on 80. He was giving me an S9 or a little better.
80 meters is even weirder than 40. When you're close by, you don't usually do so well. It's longer out seems to do better.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by that. I figured I could hear him. Didn't think it was going to be all that strong. He was doing much better to Dave further away.
I remember listening to Piero on the 80 meters years ago when I still lived over in the East Arden there, and Piero's running his amplifier and everything else, and I could barely hear him, but the people he was talking to were coming in at like 10 over.
The bottom line is that it worked. I was unsure if it was going to work or not. The first test, of course, is getting a match, and that was easy. That tuner laughed at it, like, yeah, this is no problem. But then, okay, well, how is it going to radiate? And apparently it radiates well enough, because Dave said at one point, basically me and Wayne were giving Dave the same signal. That's just wrong, but hey.
Yeah, how does that make you feel with that wonderful antenna you have?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, then again, your antenna's cut for 160. It's twice the length it needs to be for 80. So you've got you probably have multiple lobes all over the place, and the one the direction that Dave's in isn't one of them.
Well, it is just funny on the surface that he's using a half-size antenna. I'm using a double-size antenna. Same power, and we're given the same signal.
All right, guys, I'm heading out of here. Have a good night. 73rd is the Classic Radio Roundup.
Heading out? Didn't even know you were in. Hello, Doug.
How you doing there, Pete? Yeah, I got to get up early in the morning, so I'm going to call it. So you guys have fun. We'll talk at you later.
Oh, there goes Doug the down-getter. Catch it, Doug.
On the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first time you made transmissions on 80 meters in a few years there, eh, Wayne?
Yeah, I had a dipole when I was down in Norristown, but I didn't have anything at all here.
Well, now we have a way of getting you there.
I know, that's so cool.
Wayne's on the air, 10 through 80 meters.
Gee, I'll have to make an end set halfway.
And you'll get that done just in time for us to switch to 160.
Yeah, probably.
We'll have to stick to 75 meters if that's where everybody can get to.
I was just going to make an end-fed half wave so I could get yelled at by Dave.
Oh, yeah. Neither him nor I are a fan of end-fed half waves. If that's all you could do, I get it. But it's not my first choice for sure.
I look at it this way. If it works, it's not if it's a dumb idea, but it works, it's not a dumb idea.
Well, I had a dumb idea that wound up working, so I guess it's not a dumb idea after all, is it?
No, exactly. If it's a dumb idea, but it works, it's not a dumb idea.
It works. It's not a dumb idea.
Amateur radio is so cool. Don't tell me it won't work, because I'm going to try and make it work anyway. And guess what? I made it work.
See how I smiled when I saw you walking in the door with it?
That's a piece of gear, ain't it?
Yeah, I actually moved my bike over a little bit so I could go past it without bumping into it.
Yeah, I knew you had to do some rearranging there. It was a bit of a tight squeeze.
It's all right now, though.
Tuner takes up half your hallway.
I know.
And you've got a bike in there? Not a motorcycle bike, I guess.
No, my bicycle. My pedal bicycle.
Yeah, I've got to say, I don't think a motorcycle would fit through the front door.
Well, don't say that, because I have motorcycles I could get in here.
I could get my BSA in his front door.
That would be a hell of a twist and turn, I would think.
If I could get it up his steps, I could get it through his door.
Yeah.
I might have to fold the handlebars in. I guess you could do that, right?
I got clip-on bars. It ain't that wide.
Okay.
My handlebars on that thing are narrow. It's like maybe 16 inches wide at the bars, I think, somewhere around that.
Oh, then you're all right.
It's certainly less than 2 feet.
Yeah. So you were running the bus tonight?
B&K Cobra 98, a.k.a. the bus.
Far out, man.
Yeah, so I'm running the first of my 3 selected Cobras tonight. I'm on the Cobra 139.
My S meter is off, but otherwise, the radio seems to be working all right, as long as it sounds all right.
Yeah, it sounds real good.
Yeah, on a stock hand mic.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Thank you, Wayne. Yep, stock hand mic.
Wow, that's got awesome gain for a stock mic.
It's the only mic I have. I don't have a regular 4-pin to Amphenol 4-pin adaptogrander no more. So I only have this one particular mic with an Amphenol on it, and I'm not going to butcher it to make an adaptogrander. And if the mic works, I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, it's working, and it's working well. Unbelievably good. I would have never guessed you were on a stock mic.
Well, I'm gonna wave the microphone in front of the camera so you can see what it is that I'm using for a microphone. No BS. Stock microphone, Cobra 98.
That's a real good match there, that mic.
I like it when things work out like that. You know, like it's only, you know, you got to go through the crap that you got on hand, and it's the only crap you got, and you hook it up, and when the crap actually works out well, it's kind of nice, because it doesn't always.
Yeah, I think it's going to be funny when Train gets in there and tells you to turn it down, and you go like, it's a stock mic.
I can't turn it down. There's nothing to turn. There's no batteries.
Although I guess you do have a range boost or something on that, don't you?
Oh, you don't want me to do that. There we go. That's the range boost off. No, it's not range boost. This is a Cobra now. It's a Dyna Boost.
The battery is not included.
Yeah. Tree would probably prefer that, but I like the other one. Put it on.
That's right. Turn on the Dyna Boost. There is a modulation neon light on this thing, and it glows nicely with the Dyna Boost on. It just sort of illuminates a little bit with it off.
Yeah, it sounds like a stock mic with it off.
So with it off, that would be where, you put a D104 on it and then turn it off and do your thing.
Yeah, unless it's an unamplified D104, then you probably want to leave it on.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, for that case.
Because I believe, I remember, these were Cam 88s, which is basically the same radio. I knew people back in the day that ran those with stock D104s, and they sounded pretty darn good.
I've always liked the 88s and the 98s. And yeah, the 88, 98's the same exact radio. The only difference is, of course, the front panel. And the 98 has a SWR bridge, and the 88s don't. That's the only difference.
Yeah, electrically they're identical. So what works on one will work on the other.
The 98's much better looking.
It looks like a Bluebird school bus.
It's way better looking. Cast aluminum faceplate instead of just a piece of sheet metal that's screened. Yeah, probably the price increase wasn't so much the circuitry for the SWR bridge, it was the cost of the faceplate.
Yeah, manufactured, when they set prices, they basically set it by feel, I guess. But cost of manufacture shouldn't have really been any different, really. Same circuitry and all. And like you say, maybe the cast front plate's a little bit more expensive, but they just went by features. Ooh, SWR meter, we can charge $20 more or $30 more or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only difference between the two electrically is one has a SWR bridge and the other one don't. Otherwise, they're the damn same radio. A single 12 AQ6 modulating a 6 BQ5.
Howdy, everybody.
Is that Mr. K?
Yeah, Roger, how you doing, JR?
I'm not JR, but I'm doing fine.
Oh, right.
Hello, Mr. K. Your county-wide radio.
How's it going, countywide? How you been?
It's all good, brother. It's Wednesday night. I'm alive, and I'm playing radio.
That's right.
Yeah, Roger on that. Are you all getting your storm up there yet?
It rained here, but it's not raining now. And that's why I was freaking having trouble with my DIY and keeping the SWR. I got so annoyed I put the B&W on.
Yeah, Roger, I got you.
That's right. You can't run your rain-proof feed line. Get back to that other stuff.
Yeah, and I kept tripping out, and then I tripped out, and I'm like, that's it. I fired up the B&W. B&W don't care.
I haven't been on in a while. I hope everybody out there is doing good.
And then you had to go to sideband.
Yeah, well, we only went to sideband, so Wayne could be heard better, and Wayne could hear better. It worked! A little bit of copper in a coil and a capacitor, and you can do fancy stuff with antennas.
Fancy's good.
Do it. Make your antenna do stuff it wasn't meant to do. That was so easy to tune. I was amazed, literally. Like when I went over there and hooked it all up, hooked up the antenna, the VNA, And then I started, tapping the inductor, like, oh, that looks good. Started tuning the capacitor, like, whoop, there we are. I mean, it was so fast. It was so easy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, go take yourself lunch break now.
Take an extra long lunch break because I was successful.
That's right. Oh, am I on the right? Oh, there we go. There we go. This radio's got a loose channel selector dial on it. The Cobra 29, I should say. And I didn't know what channel it was on. And now I do. Well, there you go.
Kind of important to know what channel you're on most of the time.
Yeah, it would be helpful. Most of the time.
I mean, if you're just dialing around and down getting, you probably don't care. But if you want to meet people on a certain place, you kind of got to know.
Yeah, Roger. Is that you, JR? I hope so this time.
No, this is not JR.
Wow, I'm batting 0 tonight.
If it would help, JR has not yet been heard from tonight on Classic Radio Roundup.
Wow.
But that could change at any moment.
Right. He could pop in.
But to your earlier comment, though, even downgetters have to know what channel they're on because if you're going to be on the varsity toilet bowl on channel 6 or the junior varsity toilet bowl on 11 or the third string toilet bowl on 15, you got to know that.
Well, I was thinking your generic, down getter and wave hander. They're just turning the dial, jumping up and down, waving their hand, looking for a response. They don't care what channel they're on.
Oh yeah, I guess your garden variety downgetter. Yeah, they're just looking for somebody to wave their hand at somewhere.
Even without a channel selector, if you're paying attention, you could probably figure out what channel you're on. 6 would be the noisiest. 9 would be the noisiest with Spanish. 11 will be pretty noisy. 15 will be noisy. 19 will have its, it's good buddies on there and stuff. And you keep dialing, at some point you'll hear womp, 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 womp. You must be on 36, 37, or 38. So, you could get sort of an idea.
Yeah, I don't have a channel selector. I just have my digital readout. Those are in there as well.
Yeah, then you gotta know math.
Yeah, you got to know math. For the first 23 channels, you got to think. Then channel 24, you got to think again. And then channel 25 up, you don't really have to think so much.
Yeah, once you hit 26, it all lines up.
I thought it was 25. No?
No, 25 is 245. 23 is 255.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. It is channel 26. So it's 23, 4, and 5 that are mixed up.
Yeah. It goes 22, 24, 25, 23, 26.
Yeah, that's right. So 26 and up, you don't have to do any math.
Oh, somebody's water heater must have just kicked in. I'm getting that buzzing again.
Yeah, well, Very Weak's got to figure out where his noise is coming from. Until he does, we can't use 160.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
I kind of figured that rain must have come through because I had my SWR all good and set, and then it went horrible. I'm like, man, it must be raining out, but I don't know because I don't have any windows. And then in the intermission, I went out. Yeah, it rained, so that's where my problems were coming from.
Yep. That's why you went to all that trouble to make that homemade feed line, and now you can't use it.
Well, I can't use it right now. It doesn't mean in not too distant future, I won't be using it again. It'll just be a little more of a pain in the ass to use it, but I'll be able to use it.
But in all fairness, you put that up when she was away, so she took it down while you were away.
Oh yeah, you don't think I made that connection?
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Yep, it went up when she was away. I went away and she took it down.
And it got down.
But then from all that scenario, Wayne benefited.
Well, that's good for Wayne then. Not so good for you.
Well, I'm not off the air. It's just not doing what I want to be doing.
Temporary setback.
Quick key in.
Oh, we're gonna quick key. We always quick key. We quick key, Mike.
I can't even hear him over the buzzing.
Well, Bite Buster's in there. Good evening, Bite Buster.
Say, do you hear Hunter there? He's in there.
I don't hear a hunter. I hear a bunch of different skipland noise, though. Oh, somebody really, really, really light is going, hello, countywide, hello, countywide. I hear you. When the skip was in the clear, I heard you. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You're not strong enough to hold a conversation with, but I can tell you're there.
Hey, he's on top of the McCundy Mountain.
Well, how come you're stronger than he is then?
He has a little help.
You have a little help? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a little help.
No, he needs a little help. But I did hear him on a non-skipland night. I could probably talk with him, but not tonight. It's too much noise.
Some mats out there. I'm gonna listen a little bit, see what how it plays out.
Yeah, okay there. Well, you know how long we're in here there, Bite Buster, but I got you logged in. You made the video gate. Hunter made it in there. You can check himself out on the video gate. Not real strong, but I heard him. And I would hear him fine without skipland noise, but there's too much skipland noise currently.
That's funny. I'm not hearing any skip, but I do have a buzzing noise. One of my neighbors is running something. I assume it's a water heater, but it seems to come and go intermittently.
How about now, countywide? I turned on my house.
Oh, I hear you with your help. Your help gave you the help that you needed. I hear you 100%.
Copy. This is Hunter. Just checking back in with some help.
Yeah, okay there, Hunter. Yeah, you're just doing pretty well. A couple of S units and 100% copy. So it's doing the job for you. Hunter checking in on the classic radio roundup, documented on the video gate.
All right, thank you for the confirmation, and I'll stay out of your way. You guys do have some wonderful conversations there, so enjoy them.
Yeah, okay there, Hunter. Well, don't be shy. You got something to comment, jump up and down, and I get you in there.
And my noise level disappeared, and I can hear him.
Go away. I mean, you might have to wait a half an hour or whatever, but I think it's going to go away.
Yeah, E-skip is funny, man. You don't know. Like, it'll fade away, and then it'll come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, well, and it changes direction. 1 minute, the Carolinas are in there, and the next thing you know, it's Mississippi or something, or Ohio or Canada,
Yeah, Tennessee or Kentucky.
I'm waiting for Night Ranger to pop in there one of these nights.
'Tis the season.
Yes, it is. Thinking about it, Chris, I think I've known Night Ranger now for probably close to 20 years. Somewhere, maybe 18, 17 years, something like that. It's been a while.
Did he find you because of the PTD website?
No, we were on a Usenet CB forum back before there was Faceplant or any of that stuff.
Aha, I said.
Yeah, it was the Usenet CV forum was kind of like 7,200 on 40 meters, except it was on a typed forum, but you had all kinds of crazy, weird people in there.
Every time CB is involved, there's always going to be the crazy, weird find their way in.
Well, yeah, sure, as long as you can, maintain a level of anonymity, that's when the weirdos come out because they fear they have no, they fear no repercussions then.
That's what makes all these keyboard warriors so brave on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with, radio guys. They think they can hide behind the mic. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, you don't know who's who. You don't know who's what. You don't know what's going on. Dude, you don't have a clue.
Some of those will stick with us forever.
Just a follower. Just another follower. Ain't a leader amongst you. I need to put this radio on the signal generator and do something with this S meter, because I know you're giving me more than an S5, but that's what it's showing me. I'm hearing everything fine, just the meter doesn't correspond.
Well, I'm sure your meter's fluctuating every time your antenna cuts in and out.
Well, sometimes you're an S6, like right then, and sometimes you're just under an S5, like an S4. But yeah, I can tell when it's doing its weirdness.
That would annoy the crap out of me.
Yes. But the solution is spend money I don't have right now.
Spend money?
Well, or go over and see Rooster and get his antenna that he's offering. I don't have the time. So right now I don't have time or money.
Oh, okay. You're figuring on just shotgunning a replacement antenna rather than trying to figure out what it is.
I'm pretty certain it's the antenna. It ain't my feed line. That I'm pretty certain of. And if it was screwing with my transmit, I'd be hot on this to find a solution, but it's not. So that's why I'm not like making it an emergency.
There you go. Once again, it's a matter of priority.
Well, there's emergencies and then there's, something that needs attention. Right now it's at the level of needs attention. If it starts screwing with my transmit, it'll rise to the level of emergency.
Yeah. And on another note, I heard Billy in there earlier, but I guess there was too much skip noise in there. He wasn't hearing, I was talking to Wayne, he wasn't hearing us, and he just said, I'm just going to shut this thing off, and I guess he went to bed.
Yeah, David said that Billy was in here, but then I had to go run upstairs and get my camera and everything get set up, and then by the time I got down here, he wasn't here, so he is a working man again, so he's got to get up early, so maybe that's why he wasn't sticking around.
Frank
Channel 13.
Well, there's the Top Gun.
Hey, what's going on there? Countywide.
Hello, Top Gun. Top of the evening. Hey, man. Nice to hear you on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, 10-4 working this SBE lane command. Come on.
Yeah, that SBE sounds really good. Sounds really good coming into my B&K Cobra 98. Come on.
How you doing, Dave?
Oh, hanging in there. Running a Cobra 139 tonight. I guess this is kind of like Cobra night.
10-4.
Them land commands are good looking radios. Nice big box with lots of knobs.
Yeah, a whole bunch of knobs. Come on.
Yeah, I always drooled over them. Never had one, but of course the opportunity never really presented itself either.
Yeah, I got this and I didn't do nothing to it. And hooked up a chicken choker to it, and that's about it.
Doesn't really get any better, does it?
No, I love this radio. It's got clock in it. Keeps perfect time.
Oh yeah, man, that's the peak of CB radiodom right there.
So I just wanted to check in tonight and see how everybody was doing. I'll let the channel roll, and I'll be back on the side here for a little bit.
Well, thanks for remembering us, stopping in and checking in with us with that SBE land command. Yeah, you got to exercise that thing once in a while. Sounding good there, Top Gun. Hope all's well on your end, buddy. Your countywide radio, the Spitfire 441.
Hey, I was down in your area today. I was down in Greater Ford Road. It was like Collegeville, Harleysville area. Down in there. That's kind of near you, right?
You say Greatersford Road? That's Route 29, ain't it?
I was off 29.
Yeah, you were probably, that's a little past me from where you're at, but it's not far off.
Yeah, 10-4. I don't get down there too much, but I was down there. I had to move a can around and blah, blah, blah.
Well, if you wound up down there, you probably came real close by here. But of course, I wasn't here at the time. I was working.
Yeah, I was working too. Thank God I got a CB radio in my truck.
Well, did you holler on 13 and pick up any locals?
No, I did. I yelled and screamed for a little bit, and then that was it. I didn't hear nobody.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But then again, during the daytime, it's kind of tough.
Yep. Hey, as long as this thing sounded good down there, your sounding choice of my receive, no doubt about it. They're countywide. Top Gun up here in Maple Grove. I'm going to get back on the side for a little bit.
All right, again, thanks for checking in with us. You made the video gate if you're interested. Top Gun, take care. Countywide Radio.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
So the other question is, Wayne, what's up with your Kenwood?
That's a good question. I haven't figured it out yet. Make sure the squelch is all the way down.
It should have been just a matter of turning it back on. I mean, it was all set up and ready to go. So hopefully that one didn't die too.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because like I said, I just turned it back on, and when I did, I got nothing on the meter. I could hear the lightning strikes, but I couldn't hear anybody talking.
Yeah, if all you're hearing is lightning strikes, but no real meter reading, there's something going on there. And then all you did was move the coax over to the ICOM, and everything was fine. So that circles back around, and something changed on the radio, whether it was a setting or something more sinister.
Sounds like
I'm just wondering if I hit some kind of button, after I turned it off and didn't realize it.
Well, once it's off, hitting buttons, shouldn't take.
It should have worked, but it didn't. That's why I switched it over to the ICOM.
Well, I'm glad you did, because then we were able to at least complete the test. So it's a shame that something's up with the radio. So I guess we'll have to take a look at that, or maybe you can study it in your leisure and figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. I got the manual right here, and it's all menu driven.
Yeah, but you didn't go in the menu.
No, I did. I turned the carrier up.
Yeah, we did that. We turned the carrier up, but then turning the radio off and turning it back on shouldn't have changed the receive, no matter what the carrier reading was.
Yeah, I know. It's like weird.
This isn't the radio that has no audio, right? This is a different one?
No, it's a different one. That's the original radio we tested was a Kenwood 450, and the one we used was a Kenwood 940.
And now the 940 is not receiving, except for lightning strike?
Correct.
I wonder if you took a close lightning shock and it blew the front end out.
No, I don't think so. There was lightning and thunder, but it wasn't that close.
Is it still transmitting?
I believe so.
No, it's all out of here. We got a little bit up here in Maple Grove. Just a little spread, a little thunder and lightning to the north.
I know that when I switched over to the ICOM, it worked fine.
Yeah, so it's not an antenna problem.
No, it's probably I probably hit a button on the front or something, and that's probably all that's wrong with it.
Maybe you turned on your attenuator or something.
Yeah, right. Turn off the preamp, turn on 20 dBs of attenuation. That would kind of make things deaf.
I have to wait till tomorrow to explore it further. But yeah, like I said, it's working fine on the ICOM here, so it's not the antenna.
Well, I'm glad you had the foresight to switch the antenna over to the other radio and be able to complete the test successfully on 80 meters.
Yeah, 80 meters.
From a trailer park.
It works.
I know, it's too funny.
Whatever works, man.
They worked reasonably well, in my opinion. Certainly better than I had any right to expect.
It worked way better than I expected. And all I got to do is unplug it from the tuner and plug in the 4-to-1 balun, and I have 40 meters too.
That's right. And on the 4-to-1 balun, you can tune 20, 15, and 10. You could probably do that on my tuner too, just more labor intensive to do it.
And I have other tuners here too.
That balanced line tuner is the best efficient transfer of power, though.
Yeah, it works real good on 40 meters.
Yeah, you don't even need a tuner for 40.
Well, I do, but most of it I don't.
Yeah, like the extra and the general. Well, what is it? Up to 70. What was it? 72.25? I think it was 71.25 to 72.25. You don't need a tuner.
That's correct. Just plugged right into the antenna.
But if you use my tuner, you could get all of 40, all of 20, all of 15, and all of 10 with my tuner. You just more work involved in tuning it. That's all.
Yeah, gotta move the taps around.
That's why I want you to build me one.
Yeah, well, Dave has got the parts. We're gonna meet up for dinner. He's gonna give me the parts that I need, and it may even wind up being no cost to anyone.
Well, if there's cost, let me know. I have money.
Yeah, because he says he's got coils and a capacitor. So the rest of it I could fabricate.
Fabricate. Throw up all the food you ate. Oh, wrong song. Anyway, I switched radios. Now I'm on my original Cobra 29.
That thing's stinking loud.
Is it? Wow. That's funny. I was just going to say it doesn't sound loud in my ear here, but
it's way louder than the other one. You can turn it down or not, but Night Train's going to suggest that you do.
That's weird. Oh, you know what? Well, the modulation meter would tend to agree that it's got plenty of audio, but I was listening through it, and I had to turn the mic up because it's like, geez, this thing's, compared to the other radio sounds louder. Go figure.
Well, this one's louder, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think this one's got any limiters in it.
Gonna make me ride my volume knob, aren't you?
I got this radio from Shamrock. He had it in his trunk of his car or something for the longest time, getting all beat up and rusted and everything, and he gave it to me. I turned the mic down a little bit. Is it still loud?
Yeah, but not as annoyingly so.
Oh, so you admit too loud is annoying.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
I hear a breaker.
Hey, bro, how's it going? You joint.
Oh, I think the breaker is Skipland. That's them Tennessee boys. It's U-Joint in Tennessee.
Oh, this meter sticks. You keep sticking the meter on me.
Check, 1, 2, audio check.
The audio is working.
Oh, no. This is not a down-getter warm-up channel.
This is Classic Radio Roundup. No down getting allowed on Classic Radio Wednesday, but feel free to check in with us on Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on the AM radio dial using this glowing glass Cobra 98.
Yeah, this original 23 channel Cobra 29.
Pretty good. We're getting about 95 out here today, so.
I heard these good old boys the other day. I was just doing some sandbagging, listening. U-Joint and a couple of these other guys are down in Tennessee.
Ah, have to find out whatever happened to Space Lady.
I miss Space Lady. She was cool.
Yeah, she was fun. Where's old 507? I thought he'd be here by now.
He's stuffing his face. He should be along momentarily. He eats dinner way too late for me.
Yeah, I'm not a late dinner person. I don't like to go to bed on a full stomach.
No, I like to eat at between 5 and 6.
Yeah, well, that's, when I was growing up, dinner time was 5 o'clock. And, old habits die hard.
When the 5 o'clock whistle goes off, you better be home or you're missing dinner.
Yeah, you gotta be like Fred Flintstone, man, pedaling that car around.
That's what it was in my youth. Better be home by the 5 o'clock whistle. and then you eat dinner, and in the summertime you go back out until dark, well after dark, probably 11 o'clock, pretty much.
Yep. Yep. You came in at 5, you went back out again until it was dark, and you didn't have to be home until the street lights came on, or somebody hollered for you.
Well, summertime were a lot looser rules. School nights, like soon after the street lights came on, you better be home. And then wintertime, you didn't really want to be out in the dark anyway. It's too damn cold.
And usually it was dark by the time you got home from school and got changed and everything. It was getting dark.
Yeah, it was dark at the 5 o'clock whistle.
Somebody's desensing me. I'm watching my received drop out. Somebody, might be JR. He might be tuning up on another channel somewhere. These old Uniden 23 channel radios were horrible for intermod.
Well, there's a lot of adjacent channel down getting going on right now. But the B&K handles it pretty well. I hear it, but it's not destroying things.
Yeah, they got to be pretty strong to desense the receiver. That's like a really super strong local signal or something.
Yeah, I'm getting bleed from another channel right now myself.
I'm getting a little bit of splatter bleed over, but every now and then somebody desenses me, and the receive gets quiet.
My problem is I'm right off of 422, and the truck drivers running a linear on an adjacent channel will bleed me over.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're feet from 422, so yeah.
I could throw a stone and break windows on 422.
That's the one thing that my big old hill behind me is good for. Blocks me from direct access to 422.
South America every now and then.
And old 05.
About 10 or 11 nights, and so I'm in bed at that time of night.
I think I hear the menace.
1, 2. Yeah, I still get up at 5 in the morning, go to work every day, so. Low dial.
Is that Tater State Menace out there? How about that Tater State Menace one time? Tater State Menace, your countywide radio. Hello. Yeah, I think that's him. There's too much competition, probably.
I'm doing fine. Glad you sent you an audio for 2.
Rooster checking in. Rooster. Hello, Pete. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Rooster, from your countywide
radio.
I need to ask the Tater State Menace how close he is to Burley, Idaho.
Oops, I double with you. Hi, Rooster, Renegade.
This is weird.
Oh, man.
Got some funky crystals in this radio or something. I'm on channel 9, but I'm on 13.
So the display says 9.
Well, yeah, I mean, this one's got a loose channel selector, and I tuned it until I got to 13 and lined it up. But I got 13 in multiple places.
No.
Well, that ain't right.
No, because now I'm on channel 9.
Come on, hey, you got hey, just now. Alright, I'll go back down and shit.
Well, I got news for you. You're not on channel 9, unless you are on channel 9.
Yeah, well, if I was on channel 9, I'd have to speak Spanish, but...
No comprende.
I'm gonna have to take this thing apart and look at the crystal frequencies in here. Because I know Steve had some funky crystal in here for some out of band channels or something, but I wouldn't have thought it would have affected all these channels. I couldn't hear him down there.
Oh man, I swear the skipland noise is getting stronger and stronger. It does that, fades off, and it comes back with a vengeance.
I think, because this lets living daylights out of it.
Yeah, I'm getting an unusual amount of bleed myself right now.
The downgetters are all cranking it up, I guess.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of down-getter nonsense.
I'm gonna switch to the 139 XLR.
The current bleed over down-getter is on 15, so he's a junior varsity wannabe Super Bowler. But boy, look at that watt meter swing.
He was quiet tonight.
Well, if you ain't got no ears, you ain't gonna hear nothing.
I got ears.
Well, if you got ears, you would hear all the mess that we're all hearing. If you ain't hearing it, you ain't got no ears.
Renegade, Doug, Sam Diver, and that was it. Alright. Now I'm on the, this thing sounds too loud. Is this thing too loud now?
No, I don't think so. Although your background noise is more prevalent.
Yeah. Let me recalibrate here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this mic down. And then turn the gain up. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably okay like that.
Yep, I think that sounds all right. I need another one to be sure.
Yeah, this is the 139 XLR. This has got all kinds of. You got that day, you got that 4 day. Okay, use that for one driver, and don't use the 6-tail goose, and hook up to your big box. What in the world is that nonsense? That's right.
Overmodulated junk. Oh man, what a mess.
Big box. Oh wow. Great swing here. That's what I'm talking about that. And the GRC 458 used to have.
Sorry, Dave. I know you're there, but Skipland is cutting your lips off.
1300 right now.
Go away, you downgetters.
Yeah. Hereby notice all downgetters must vacate the frequency of 27115. If you're not using a classic radio for Classic Radio Roundup, please vacate 27115 and take your junk somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. Because this is Classic Radio Roundup. 27.115 when you're AM 389.
That's when I was in there, tired what they are. And then,
This guy sounds like crap.
you know, that 30 ounce out of the 135, that only needed an ounce for your big box. It's not enough.
It's not.
Yeah, Timbo.
He's giving me a heat, then he must be giving you a lot more.
To figure out how I'm gonna run all this daggum coax
Oh my God, it's a mess. It's a mess.
made is deep.
Yeah, it is. It's almost making me want to go to sideband, but, you know, that'll be hard to do.
It's making me want to go back to 80 meters.
Oh, no.
But,
I can do that now.
That's right. Wayne can do that.
I'm all tuned up there, but you probably won't hear me.
I don't know. I mean, you could always try it. Of course, I knew you were there, but I don't have no idea what it is you said.
A little bit less than what it's doing now there, Roger. Okay. And you don't have enough to run the six and big box together on the tail.
This guy needs to go away. This guy right here. He needs to go away.
Yeah, he's bleeding me too.
Well, he's on channel, but he just sounds like garbage.
27145, that's 15A.
Yeah, we'll go down there and beat up on somebody.
This garbage guy needs to go away.
Yeah, I'm tired of listening to tasty microphone.
Don't go back already.
Yeah. Great job, man. You know, you got signal. If you can't hear, you won't talk.
Hey, Pete, you can hear me with us?
And they all have Roger beeps too.
No.
I can hear you when they're not making the mess there, Goose.
That's right. I gotta get my bass antenna up higher.
Oh, poor Goose is getting covered up.
I hear them when it's not messy, but I hear you when it's not messy. But they're messy enough that I can't hear either of you when they're making a mess. I hear Wayne though. Wayne squashes them.
Nice, a bug.
But of course, Wayne's like less than 2 miles away.
They're all socket.
Yeah, and I'm running full power on my ICOM.
You probably need it.
Well, I'm not yet running full power out of my B&K Cobra 98.
Yeah, barefoot. Half an hour later.
Well, full power on my radio is barefoot too, but it's probably, I'm looking at it. It's dead keen about 40 watts, swinging to about 70.
This time just turning it on and walking away.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's doing it.
Well, let me see if I can clean the channel up a little. That's about the best I can do, and cleaning things up. And if they're making it hard on me, maybe I can make it hard on them, and they'll QSY. One can only hope.
Presidents over down getting.
Now, when Sandbagger and Goose key up together, it just mixes and makes one big mess.
Wow, he's only giving me a 4 or 5. I can't believe he's that strong to you.
He gives me almost the same signal you do, and then when you key up together, it fights for dominance.
That's weird, because the last time he was doing that, he was giving me like almost an 8. Now he's not strong enough to do that, so that's weird.
Yeah, I don't have the trampoline no more. It broke.
He's about an S unit under you, Dave, but when you two key up together, it makes a mess.
Let me make sure I'm on frequency here. There we go. Now we're 5 cycles high. I'm not going to worry about that.
I don't know if I'm on frequency or not. The Cobra is where it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you get straight AM radios, you kind of are where you are. As long as you have a clarifier you can adjust, I can correct any small mismatch.
Can you tell where I'm at, or you need another radio?
Nah, this one's not accurate enough to really know.
Last time I checked, I think the thing was close enough. It was within 500 cycles anyway.
It doesn't sound like it's off at all. You're not beating really bad against other people. You know, you guys are not high pitched or anything, so I'd say you're pretty darn close.
Yeah, I don't remember if I ever did anything to this radio or not. I'm inclined to think I didn't ever do anything to this radio.
And then what's that radio do?
Yeah, this one sounds better. I mean, you used to have another bus, and that one always had issues. This one's working pretty well.
It's too funny too, because that one was beautiful, cream puff, train approved, museum quality, but it always came up with issues. This one, yeah, it's showing its age. It's got a little wear and tear and some scuffs and buffs. But it works a lot better than the good looking one.
There you go. Looks on everything.
It's not really beat up, but it's not as pretty as the other one is.
Well, you know, beauty's in the eye of the operator, I guess.
It's good enough. I mean, it's good enough for me. I don't, you know, I'm not that particular. It's not, you know, it's just not perfect, but it's not terrible either.
Well, I sure hope this one works.
Yet again, it's getting a little quieter on my end.
I think we just had the train pull into the station.
Yeah, I was trying to squeeze in there. Breaker.
Train.
Hiya, Night Train, countywide radio.
Hello, Connie Rod. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Rooster. Hello, Dave. And anybody else is out there. I hope I'm sounding all right. Just winding up. Train signing on Classic Radio Roundup.
Hello, Train.
Hello there, Goose. I got you.
I think Bite Buster's in there, probably lurking in the shadows, but he did check in. Badger checked in and checked out. 507 has yet to pop in with us. But yeah, it's lively here on the Roundup. Too much skipland noise there for my taste.
Yeah, I hear all the noise and everything in there. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But anyhow, Bite Buster, if you hear me, Train is signing on.
Oh, and wasn't it Mr. K popped in and a Hunter popped in?
Yeah, well, you probably won't hear from this Mike Buster overall the garbage that's out here.
Well, we got ourselves a little bit of rain on Classic Radio Roundup night.
Yeah, storm came through. There's supposed to be I saw another cell approaching, but it should have hit by now, but I don't see anything going on.
When you hit 100 degrees, there's all that energy out there. You pretty much can expect that energy's got to release itself somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, you're right.
My garage doors, because my garage is hotter than the hinges.
What about your garage?
I should have probably opened my garage doors because it's hotter than the hinges inside. And of course, the garage is right under my room here.
The wife had gotten a new lamp for my garage, and I'm like, I don't want a new lamp. I like the lamps that I got. Well, this thing is some bright LED thing. It's got a fan in the middle of it and a remote control. Like, I'm not real hip on the remote control thing, but all right. Well, there's a fan built into my light, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, well, it's funny. I got a fan out on my porch under the gazebo here, and it's got a light built into it and a remote control.
Yeah, it sounds like my new garage light.
Yeah, well, this is primarily a fan. It's like a ceiling fan, but it's like 2 feet in diameter. Now it's got a little light in the middle of it.
This thing has got a big circular light, like maybe, I don't know, 16 inches in diameter with a fan in the center. And the fan does move some air.
Well, that's a good thing, man. You know, you're in the garage and it's a little warm. A little moving air helps.
Yes, it does. But I didn't want to get rid of my fluorescent lights. Well, when I came back from vacation, my fluorescent lights were gone and this new thing was installed. She's like, look, it has a remote control. I'm like, oh, God.
She took down fluorescent lights.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. She's a busy bee when she wants something changed.
Yeah, but she wished you were gone to do it. No.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure the first thing she attacked was my open wire feeders. Got rid of them.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the motivation was for getting rid of the lights. Is she like anti-fluorescent now? I was like, oh my God, fluorescent.
I don't really understand the motivation behind that. She don't work out in the garage. Why does she care what the lighting is like?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. You know, what's the point? If it's okay for you, then, you know, what's the problem?
That's a really good question, which will probably never get answered because I'm not going to pose it to her. She wanted to get rid of the fluorescent lights and put in this fancy LED light with a fan in the center, and I guess it made her happy, so I didn't question it.
She wanted you to see.
Wow.
But I don't understand it. I really don't.
Good looking.
It's messy, dude.
Do you guys hear all this nastiness out here, or is it just me?
No, it's messy.
I'm ignoring it as much as I can.
We got to let Train in on the new breakthrough for Wayne though tonight.
Why? What's happening?
I got Wayne on 75 meters with his 40-meter antenna.
You did?
Yeah, he was able to talk with 507 on 75 meters.
No problem, Wayne. Did you get through real clean and clear?
Oh yeah, it was like ultimate communications.
All right.
Wayne's over there smiling. He's happy today. And I'm sharing in his joy.
So how long has this Skip been acting like that out there?
Most of the night.
It kind of ebbs and flows. Sometimes it's in the background where you can kind of ignore it. Every once in a while, a loudmouth will come up out of the mud and cause havoc.
I'll tell you what, tonight, Bagger, I turned on my Tram D201 hand wire, and everybody sounded scratchy and chintzy, and in other words, it sounded like something went south on me.
Oh no.
You think maybe a tube gone south, or, I mean, that thing's been rebuilt.
I wouldn't think it's a tube. I mean, tubes last for a while, you know? I mean, you don't use it that much. I mean, if it was on 24/7, 365, I'd say, man, maybe the tube's going bad, but no.
No, tubes last a really long time for the most part. Unless there's some value component that went south and, you know, it's getting too much current or too much voltage or something going on. Other than that, tubes normally fed, they last a long time.
Yeah, everybody sounded so ragged, and, you know, I turned it off. I couldn't take it. Even the wife was aggravated with that rascal.
You got some component that went south.
Might even be the speaker.
It could be. You know, a speaker will make things sound like that.
Sure is something. Yeah, well, of course, the easiest thing to do is to put an external speaker on there and verify it. You know, if it sounds okay on the external, then you know your internal went south of the border.
Roger that. Yeah, I had to do that first. Hello there, Junkyard.
How you doing?
Doing all right, man. How you doing?
I'm trying to get my pool together. Just about got it filled up almost. Yeah.
Your well pump, all right?
What's that?
Is your well pump all right?
Yeah, it's still going. So,
How many gallons is that pool, man?
a lot.
Yeah, you better watch out for your well pump.
It's a big pool.
Yeah, the well ain't going nowhere. It's good.
I tell you what, I'm glad that it rained, man. I've been trying real hard to get a few spots in the grass to turn green, you know, put the seed down and everything, and get to working hard, man. Come home and it be brown. 10-4.
Yeah, well, no, man, that's good. Yeah. So, yeah, I got a deep well, man. So, yeah. I just run it a couple hours every day, so it's just about there, almost.
Roger that. You think it'll be full by the end of the summer?
It's gonna be filled this week sometime.
10-4.
Summer. Good to go. Come on.
Yeah, summer just started like 5 days ago.
Put my fat ass in there and float around. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you should. Cool off, man. This weather we had, man, I tell you what, I don't know if it was the job or whether it was the height of the job or what it was, but man, it took me Monday and Tuesday to do Monday's work. And I just didn't have it, man.
It's hot out there.
I want to try to quick jump in here and break.
Go ahead there, Frank. Hold on there, Mike. Go ahead there, Joker.
I figured I'd try to quick break in. My radio is pretty staticky tonight, so just want to say hello. So is mine.
Yeah, mine's pretty nasty too. Man. In fact, I turned one off because it sounds so ugly. 10-4.
10-4. Well, I heard you in there. Nice to hear you on that train. And I heard Rooster. I heard Sandbagger, and I think I heard the other Dave in there.
Oh, man.
I got your friend scheduled for tomorrow morning, 10-4, around 10 o'clock.
10-4. Tell him I said hi. There you are, Pete. Heard you in there now. I didn't hear you before. I just walked in the room and turned everything on.
Beginning to wonder, man. Like, how did you not hear me, but you heard everybody else? And then you even heard people that aren't here.
You didn't hear me. Oh, I heard you, Roger Beat. Am I Roger Beat? Oh, yeah, it is on. You turn it off.
People that aren't even here get acknowledged, but the people that are here get just glossed right over.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it glossed right over me, too. Hi, Joker. Still here. I think I was double with it. Hi, Joker. Renegade, waving a hand. I'm in here, too. Good evening, Renegade. Who did I mention that's not in here? Did I mess up a handle?
Well, you mentioned the other Dave, and I assume that you meant 507, which he has not uttered a sound yet, at least not that I heard.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard him. I thought I heard his voice. But there was a lot of static, so maybe it was somebody else. Well, good evening, and I apologize if I messed up.
God is perfect. The rest of us are prone to make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, with that, good evening, and I'll be on the side.
I'll make sure to tell him you said hello there, Joker.
Roger that. Yeah, tell him I said hi, and hope everything's well with him.
Hey, 4.
Hey, 4. Hello. Hello, Joker. Hello, Rooster.
Rooster.
Was that Goose?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Goose?
I'm doing alright.
I ain't been hearing you all night, so.
Well, I raised my antenna up high as it would go.
Yeah, but you're getting through all this splish splash.
That's a good thing.
I think that antenna's gonna work fine when you get it up there.
Yeah, I gotta get that tower up, then there's all power.
Yeah, I think that antenna's gonna be a big improvement.
Oh yeah, now it's just sitting on a tripod, about 18 feet up in the air.
Where's it at right now near Goose?
Well, I raised it up because last night it was about, I guess about like 10 feet off the ground. Now it's like 18.
Alright, so you went up 8 feet?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna keep going up?
As far as the mast would go up.
Say it again?
That's the far as the mast would let it go up.
You can't slip no more mass in there, huh?
No, can't remember what the mast is called, but it has like 2 pipes inside of each other. And I'll just stand over there and I'll just push it up, tighten it down.
Roger that. Did it get any better since you put it up higher?
Yeah, my receiver got a lot better.
Roger that.
Everybody's audio came up.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I love the antenna. The antenna looks nice. It gets out pretty good for how low it is to the ground.
Roger that, yeah. Well, maybe you can come in here one of these nights when me and Lightning Rod is in here and see if it makes it down to Coatesville. 10-4?
10-4.
Roger.
But yeah, I love this funky antenna.
10 Roger, yeah, boy. If it wasn't so much garbage in here, man, we could kind of enjoy it a little bit.
Nasty junk.
Hey, Goose.
Here, go ahead, Rooster.
How many watts can that antenna take?
10,000.
Oh, wow.
I can buy a piece and make it handle more.
Yeah, but you ain't got 10,000, and you ain't gonna have 10,000, and you know it.
Someday, maybe. But I don't want no 10,000 watts, man.
So what's the name of that antenna?
Coolers.
Hey, you join. You still out here? What's that name of that antenna?
Shockwave.
Oh, you got a Shockwave. They're nice antennas.
Roger, 8, all right. Yep, there.
Not cheap either.
Pretty expensive antenna, too.
Yeah, they are. They're like, what, $300 or $400, something like that? Some ridiculous amount of money.
They're like 5 something.
Yeah, ridiculous amount of money.
How much?
$500 something.
Wow.
Have you seen the price of just a small roll of like 12 gauge wire lately?
I haven't priced it. But I'm sure, like everything else, it's going up in price.
Oh, it is going up.
Hey, so what you guys running for Classic Radio Roundup tonight?
Well, we kind of did Pete and I kind of made an informal decision that we're going to be, he said he was going to be running his Cobra 98, a.k.a. the bus. So I said, oh, Cobra night. I guess we'll do a Cobra theme night. So I started off with a Cobra 139. Then at some point I switched to an original 23 channel Cobra 29 mobile. But then the skip noise I was getting living daylights out of, so I switched to this one. And this is the Cobra 139 XLR 40 channel.
That one have better rejection than the others?
Well, it's got better rejection than that Cobra 29. That thing's terrible.
Roger that. Yeah. What about you, Pete? What you running? You running a Cobra?
Well, David mentioned it. Yeah. Cobra 98, aka the Bus. Glowing glass tube radio.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I didn't know nothing about Cobra Night, so I'm on the Regency Imperial.
That works.
Well, maybe we should include you in the group text then next time. It just sort of came up at the last minute. I was just planning on running this, and Dave says, "Okay, Cobra Night."
Oh, man. I didn't get the text. I'm not on a classic.
Not on a classic? On Classic Radio Wednesday? Shame.
It's after 9 o'clock.
That doesn't matter. It's after 10 o'clock. Then anything goes.
Okay, I'll go to a classic.
Hey, how about it over there in Pennsylvania? You guys got some minutes out here in Idaho?
Yeah, I got you, Menace. How about that Tater State Menace? Tater State Menace, 441, the Spitfire, and Classic Radio Roundup. I knew I heard him in there. Now he's hearing us. How about it there, Tater State Menace? It's pretty messy. I can tell you're in there, Tater State Menace. I can tell you're in there, but it's pretty messy tonight. It's pretty messy. But good to hear you on from Idaho. Good to hear you on from Idaho. Spitfire 441 Classic Radio Roundup. I don't know. Just like that, he was gone.
Yeah, that's the way the conditions keep shifting. First you heard him, then he heard you. Now neither one of you is hearing either one of you.
Noisy out there tonight, man.
Yeah, freaking noisy.
Yeah, too noisy for my liking, but I'll endure for Classic Radio Roundup's sake.
Yep, there we go. Classic now.
That's more better.
The old Craco.
You know, it's bad enough with the on-channel skip. What really makes it intolerable is all that freaking bleed over nonsense.
You know, that splattery buckshot.
Like, my mind can filter out the different voices and whatnot, but that buckshot splatter, that's a little bit harder for my mind to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Oh, man. Good evening, y'all.
Oh, there's JR.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, JR.
Wow. Nobody is talking like, taking over, JR. I can't hear him at all.
Lead over city. That's what I'm getting. Getting that same mess everybody else is getting, I guess.
Hello there, JR. Train.
Hey, good evening, Train. Hey, good news for you. Your grass is on its way.
Yeah, we got ourselves a little bit of rain, man.
I know the other night when I was talking to you, it was, I don't know, about 10 o'clock or something like that. I believe your wife went out and watered the flowers. My wife didn't do that. Got up the next morning, they looked in pretty bad shape. I guess she should have done that.
Yeah, well, you know, that was 100-degree weather, man. That was nasty.
It was 100 degrees today.
I was inside of air conditioning, man. I stayed in as much as I possibly could.
It was 99 when I left work at 6:30 at night.
I got up early in the morning, had my coffee. I went out there in the swimming pool, played around out there. I guess till about noontime, 1 o'clock, and I say, okay, this is enough. I'm going in. Enough is enough.
Cook number PO, please.
Good evening there, old JR.
Hey, good evening there, Mr. Goose. Good to hear you in there. Sounding good tonight, too, I might add.
I raised my antenna up.
That's a good deal. How high you raise it?
He's getting his tape measure out.
Just to make sure that you have your radio on.
I got all these guys that are working on the highways there. They're in there tonight giving everybody a tussle from this end. But anyway, Goose, where'd you go?
I'm right here. My door was talking to me. Sorry.
He had to get his tape measure out.
I'm talking to me. How high can you raise it?
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
You sound better than I do, old JR, since I raised it up.
Yeah, so do you. How high did you raise it?
18 feet as far as it would go.
All right, yeah, it's a big difference. I hear you pretty good, actually. Even through all the noise, you're making the deal.
Yeah, your audio jumped.
Hey, Goose.
Although my audio was like real low, because my radios were near the ground.
Hey, Goose.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was the height of the one that you took down off of the trampoline? Or the one that came down off the trampoline? What was its height?
That was, how high was that? That was 20, what was that, like 25 feet, I think?
10-4. Yeah, I was just checking to see which was which.
That was a super penetrator.
And that was about 25 feet.
Yes, sir.
And this one here is 18.
Yep.
So it's a 7-foot difference.
Well, what's the difference?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't measure it. I say that's 7 feet, 10-4.
Roger. It's about, actually, the bottom mass is not on the ground. It's floating on the tripod. This is probably about maybe 1.5 feet off the ground, so it's probably like about 19 feet, 19.5 feet off the ground, I guess.
And that shockwave, that's a longer antenna too, right?
I believe so. It looks longer. It looks big.
Saying 4.
I wouldn't mind that. I'm not paying that ridiculous amount of money for it.
No,
How many times do you live, Bagger?
That's not the point.
Yeah, it is.
I just think it's ridiculous. I could buy the aluminum and make it myself for half of that.
That's right.
Don't.
Yep, I could buy the aluminum and make it myself for half that price and have money left over for beer.
Oh, JR got one of them big old antennas too.
That's right. You want to play, you got to pay a little, that's all. You're all talking about you can do this and you can do that, but you didn't.
See, that's not true. That's not true. I quit buying antennas a long time ago once I figured out how to make them. And all my antennas around the high frequency radio spectrum, I made them out of things laying around, and they work just fine. Save lots of money.
Hey, as long as you're happy, that's all that counts. That's all that counts. As long as you're happy.
I can't see spending all kinds of crazy, stupid money for antennas when I can make the same damn thing for almost nothing and work as well or better.
Yeah. Pete made my antenna too, and it worked on 80 meters tonight.
Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, did you hear that, JR? I got Wayne on 80 meters tonight from a trailer park.
Well, that sounds about as much fun as surfing on a plane of something. I don't know what. But hey, like I said, as long as you guys are happy, that's all that really counts. Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And it didn't cost a nickel, not a plumb nickel, to get on 75, 80 meters from a trailer park.
Awesome.
Wow, there was two of you keying up at once. I think Wayne walked over you.
Oh, that's just completely wrong.
Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I ought to be ashamed that Wayne stepped on me. Oh my God. Go ahead, Wayne.
I just said my 40-meter antenna that's cut for 40 meters worked on 80 meters tonight, thanks to Pete and his homemade antenna tuner.
How big was that fish?
It was 10 foot long, and it went from Delaware Bay out to the river out there and the Schuylkill. There you go. That's not too far away.
What kind of fish?
It's a big old fish.
Big old fish story.
Fishing.
Well, it ain't a fish story if it's true. It's a true story.
You know what that fish was looking for?
Bait.
He went fishing.
I think they're all fishing.
He was looking for that Schuylkill punch. Somebody been fishing for real.
Hey, only having fun, guys. Don't take me serious. I'm the last person to take serious.
All I know is Wayne is happy that he can now get on 80 meters from the trailer park.
That is pretty cool. Good deal, Wayne.
And he's happy his ground pain is fixed.
Your passenger side window and listen for the horn, please.
I'm very pleased. I was surprised how well it worked. And then he took Pete, a minute to tune up his antenna tuner, and I had 80 meters.
Well, that's good, Wayne.
80 meters on a 40-meter antenna with a very good signal strength down to 5/7. So the proof is in the performance.
I want to hear from 5/7. Where are you at, Dave? You in there?
I'm good over here.
Not quite.
That's funny stuff. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, catch Dave. He'll verify. We had a nice conversation, and he was giving me 20 over. He said I was giving him an S9 on a 40-meter antenna.
I don't know. You guys are all saying this stuff, but I don't hear 5/7 saying a word.
He's probably having dessert. He said he was going to get in and join us, but maybe he got to wife us interrupt us or something.
Maybe.
Well, if he gets on, he'll verify it, and Pete heard it, and Dave heard it too.
1189, be advised.
I believe it.
Here. Pete's in here. Pete kind of goes with the flow, you know.
Well, the embarrassing thing is Wayne was about the same signal strength to Dave that I was on a half-size antenna with me using my double-size antenna. So I I didn't know whether to be happy or cry.
That's like bewildering to me.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Well, that's what I said. Wayne was walking on this band. I'm like shaking. What's going on here? He did too good a job.
Hey, Wayne.
Yes.
Now, when Pete came in here one way, but then when he left, was he blitzed? Yes or no?
Do what?
Was Pete blitzed when he left?
I hope so.
Doesn't matter what I was. What matters is I got his 40-meter antenna to resonate on 80 meters.
I don't know. If you were blitzed, though, you may be hallucinating.
No, that was after we did all the antenna work.
Yeah, that was yesterday. That's not today. There's no hallucination going on today.
Right. It was working, and I don't know what happened to my Kenwood. All of a sudden, I didn't have any signal on the meter. I switched over to the ICOM and had a nice conversation with VW.
That's right. You were working on that Kenwood. Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess you're not working on that now, yes?
He's got 2 dead Kenwoods now, currently.
Yeah, I gotta figure out the 940's gotta be just be a button I pushed or something like that. The other one I think needs to go to a Kenwood repair shop.
Hey, Denver, that's a shame. Okay, yeah, I know you were looking at the other Kenwood there, the 940, I think it was. And yeah, sorry to hear that.
It's just gotta be a button I pushed somewhere because it was working fine when Pete left.
In that new antenna that caused the problem, you know.
Well, I was working when I left.
Yeah, I should have just been able to turn it back on. I don't know if I hit put something somewhere, but all of a sudden I didn't have any receive.
Hey, you're sounding mighty good now. Regardless, I know you're not on that antenna, but 10-4. You're working now.
Yeah, I'm back on my 11-meter antenna, and yeah, this is my ICOM.
Yeah, that 11-meter antenna there, that's not a homemade guy. That's why you get out so good.
Uh-oh. Challenge accepted.
I was just surprised that the 40-meter antenna loaded up on 80 meters, and I was able to have a conversation with a guy in New Jersey. What the heck?
Except he's not in New Jersey. He's 35 miles south. He's almost on the PA-Delaware border.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in New Jersey. I stand corrected.
He used to live in New Jersey, and then he came to his senses and got out of that communist state.
And yet, old 05 called Pennsylvania communist Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, the true communist state close by is New York and New Jersey.
Wonder how 05 is doing now.
I haven't checked in on him lately, so I don't know.
Noise levels are dropping.
Amen on that. I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's about time. I can hear everybody without using my brain filter.
What are you using tonight, Pete?
B&K Cobra 98.
10-4 on that. Cobra 98. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I need to ask Train. Is it too much audio? Do I need to turn it down or what?
It's all right, Pete.
Well, I was hoping you were going to tell me to turn it down because my reply would be, I can't. It's a stock mic.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I'm on a stock mic too. How I sound?
I would imagine like I do then, if from what I'm told. It sounds really good. I wouldn't have never guessed that that's a stock mic.
Yeah, that's what it is. The only mic that I have to work with this radio. Except for some other little piece of junk, but it's just all, it wasn't working right. It never worked right since I've had it, so it's the only thing I got.
This is the only mic that I have that works with this Cobra 98. It's the only 4-pin Amphenol plugged microphone I have.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, a 4-pin Amphenol. It's the same situation on this all glass station there, Bragger.
That's right. Long glass has got the class.
Uh-oh, there we go with the classy glass.
I'm holding a glass. Does that count?
Yes, that will work.
I want to know whether Pete was blitzed when he left out of here.
It's all right. That's not for public consumption information.
Yeah, that's why everything works so well. I know, it's medicine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, that was the mistake. I should have never been over there at the same time you were there. Now you know too much.
By the way, since you're a Cobra night there, just to let you know, I got a piece of that rock.
Piece of what rock?
Cobra.
Oh, what do you got? Cobra what?
I got my SBE Trinidad with a Cobra board in it.
Oh, the Franken Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roscoe got a Cobra. What is it? A Cobra 25?
Yeah, 25 LTD.
Yeah. 507 was going to get on with some radio that wasn't a Cobra, but he got a rubber snake he was going to throw on it and call it good.
I like his style. I really do. I like his style.
Oh, I do too. That's why I always enjoy talking to him, because he always comes up with his off the wall stuff.
With more notice, I'll be on a Cobra next time.
There was a break.
Go ahead, Burger.
Alright, you got a copy on this new to me radio?
Sounds like, is that Skippy?
That's who it is.
I hear you, Skippy, when the Skippy land isn't in there, but you probably have to get to somebody that's closer to you than me, because you're in and out. I can't hold a conversation with this noise. But I heard you countywide.
Alright, is that any better?
Oh yeah, there you go. Until the noise comes in, but that helped.
Alright. Yeah, I'm on my Browning.
And what Browning would that be?
Browning Eagle. SR 2327.
Oh, the early Browning. Yeah, S23 R27, whatever it is. Yeah, sounded good.
Alright. Yeah, didn't have receive before, but I kind of fixed it. So I guess I made it for the classic radio roundup. So that's a good thing.
Yes, indeed, you did. Good to hear from you there, Skippy. I'm going to step on the side and pass it around and let everybody else get up on your antenna. Sounding good on that Browning. Good job there, Skippy, fixing it up. Countywide.
Why am I not hearing him?
Alright. I wanted to make sure it worked. The receive
I don't hear him either, but I can never hear Skippy. I don't know.
radio.
I usually can. He usually gives me like a 7 or something, but I'm not hearing him at all tonight.
Well, nobody's going to hear him when you both are covering him up.
I can't hear him. I don't know when he's talking.
You move your beam?
No, it's still, I think, pointed east. Although I guess the wind might have moved it a little bit. There's a big gust came through when the storm came through.
Oh, maybe you better go look.
I don't think it moved much, though.
All right, so we know who can't hear Skippy, but who can hear Skippy?
Good evening there, Skippy. I hear you.
I can hear Skippy a little bit.
Yeah, I got a pretty decent signal on you. Not bad. You're about 8, somewhere in that vicinity on this radio.
I got you. You happen to hear the ping?
I do, but it's a different kind of ping, but it's in there. It's kind of like more, all jokes put aside, I joke a lot, but it's more of a ding than what it is a ping. It's a dink.
Well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. It's the original factory thing.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, those S23 R27s, whatever, didn't ever seem to have the same ping as the Eagles did. The 2 and the 3 Eagles and the 4.
Well, this one is an Eagle. Those are Golden Eagles.
I never considered the S27 R23 whatever. I never considered those the Eagles. They never called those the Eagles.
Well, yeah, they do.
I think they did. They just didn't call it. They didn't give him a mark number.
23 and R27 after that.
I never heard of those called Eagles. Maybe I'm just misinformed, but I always thought it was the 2, 3, and the 4 that were the Eagles. But all right, maybe I'm mistaken. But I never heard them referred to as Eagles.
Well, now you have. But next time you look at them, you can see, if you read it, it says Eagle. That's the first thing on there. It's a model Eagle. Then they had the Golden Eagle.
Come on, JR.
Golden Eagle. That one looked different. That's when they changed the look.
Anyway, did you turn your ping off or your dink off there? It's not there no more.
No, I think it's intermittent. I think the microphone, how close it is to the speaker and all that.
I haven't heard a ping or a squeak out of that thing yet. I haven't even heard it.
You're not going to hear a squeak. It kind of went like a dink. It was different. It definitely was.
Yeah, I haven't heard a squeak, a dink, a ding, or ping. No, I haven't heard nothing that would identify it as a Browning. I haven't yet heard it. Maybe it's so stinking short I just missed it.
Did you hear it that time?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah, there was a little tiny squeak there, yeah.
I heard Skippy. Skippy, the radio sounds good. 10-4.
And that's all that matters.
The original.
Yeah, it sounds good, and that's all that really matters.
Skippy, the modulation is real nice, Roger.
All right. Thank you, Night Train.
Yeah.
Original mic, it's a D104G stand.
Yeah.
Get you one of them big old DNA phantoms and put it behind that rascal. You'll be smoking.
Yeah, or the Thunder.
Yeah, what he said.
So there you go, Skippy. I believe when Night Train was trying to tell you there, he's telling you it's train approved.
That means crank the mic gain up for the rest of us.
Yeah, it doesn't have one. It's unamplified microphone.
Yeah, that's why Train likes it.
You just need a couple more whiskeys, that's all.
Like a nice neighbor.
Yeah, it was a double key.
Yeah, it was.
He just needs a couple more whiskeys, that's all.
No, it's got the whiskeys, but could probably use two.
Need something.
A little lower so it has a little more audio swing.
10-4.
It's working and it sounds good. So that's it right there for Classic Radio Roundup. You met the requirements.
What I'm using is a hard drive.
Oh!
What'd you say, Pete? The Skippy walked on you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I know you're busting my shoes and trying to get me wound up, but it's not going to work.
I'm only having a little fun, that's all.
That is just so funny.
I know how he operates, and I'm not going to let him do it. I know what he's trying to do, and I'm not going to let him.
If I can't talk, I'm going to put the ball down.
All day long.
Yeah, and play the Barbie Girl song, because I can't talk skip, so I'm going to drop them all day long.
Well, you know what I wonder? I wonder which amplifier was approved by him, because, I mean, he's tested them to their limits. Which one actually was approved?
Well, it wasn't the Russian tube one, because that one gave him migraines.
Yeah. Which one you think it was that passed the test for him to be putting them all down all day long?
Whichever one was working at the time.
What are we talking about?
All 05 Amplifier Institute of Technology. Whichever amplifier is currently working is the one I'm going to use to drop them all.
All day long.
I bet you they weren't no transistorized amplifiers.
Oh, no. They were Muntz TV amplifiers. The minimum amount of parts required to make RF power.
Did he build any of them himself, or just what?
Hell yeah, he built them all himself. I watched him whip them together in the garage, and I'm watching him build the thing. I'm like, dude, that's not going to work. You're missing all kinds of parts. He says, no, it'll work. And sure enough, that night he'd be on the air with something he just whipped together in his garage. You're like, I don't even know how that thing's working.
What are you talking about?
Not all of his amplifiers. He had the Collins amp, which probably was his longest lasting amp. That to give the Collins credit, it withstood the abuse that Gene threw at it. He once had an Ameritron amp that didn't last long. He blew that up relatively quickly. he had some other Heath kit amp too that I don't think he ever blew that one up, but I don't know whatever happened to that one.
Who are you talking about?
His name was Gene.
Old fire starter, old 05. I don't think you knew him.
005, gotcha. I miss that guy. I really do.
Oh, I do too. He's a fun neighbor to go hang out with.
Did he pass away?
No, he moved.
Oh, okay.
But he lived right around the corner from me, or the other side of the hill, whatever.
What? Sport?
Hey, Goose.
Yo.
He used to pin Pete's needles all the way over in the corner, man. He used to drive Pete nuts. 10-4.
I guess so. When you're on the corner from him, Barefoot would probably peg his needle on the meter. I mean, peg it in the corner.
No, he couldn't peg me in the corner. JR could peg me in the corner, but Gene couldn't peg me in the corner. He'd put it up there. He'd make it so I couldn't hear anyone else except old JR with the beam down the throat and the Texas Walk or Tennessee Walker. But yeah, oh yeah, old JR put him right in the back of the bus, man. That was the best.
Yeah, but he did. He gave Pete a hard time. I was down in Pete's basement one day, and Pete said, "Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this." And every time he keyed up, man, the system's lit up. He's like, "Look at this. This is what I have to deal with."
Yeah, he was way too close. The only saving grace was that hill in between. Without that hill, he would have been pinning all my meters till they stuck.
You should have got a bunch of aluminum foil and hung it up in the trees, man, and blocked that rascal.
Yeah, as much annoyance as he could be, it was worth it all when old JR put that beam down my throat and cut his lips right off. Oh, that was the best.
How did Gene take that? I don't know what he ever. I don't recall what he ever said about that.
He was deflated.
He probably had to build another amplifier, that's all.
Oh, I know he was stepping on the gas. He was on the verge of tripping out the whole Pruss Hill electrical grid, trying to mitigate that, and it didn't work.
He would just turn the drive up and he would get all distorted and everything because he was way overdriven.
Oh yeah, that was an inducement for him to overdrive and lots of carrier, but no headroom for mod.
A Newman microphone. I do remember that.
Old Newman.
The Newman microphone.
$1,000 Newman.
Oh, he let everybody know he had it too.
Yeah, he had a big old Hummer too. He had a big old Hummer. Got me a big old.
And he bought his wife some big old up. Yeah.
Yeah, Turner Plus 2 microphone on it.
Yeah, and he got his wife some big old Grants. He wasn't shy about letting you know, neither.
What did he get his wife?
He bought her some big old silicone Grants. Yeah, he had to let everybody know what a big man he was and how much money he had to spend. The funny thing is, it turns out it was her money.
Even better.
It wasn't even his money, it was her money.
He managed to make his own money. He did pretty well with that.
He made money, but he didn't make the money that she made. She was a pharmaceutical sales rep. She made the money. Oh, where'd my receiver go? Well, I guess that's it for me. Well, I'm transmitting in the blind because my receiver just died and the video gate will bear me out. But I am transmitting, but my receiver is gone. So I'm transmitting in the blind and I'm not switching radio. So that's it for me. 7-3 all. Classic Radio Roundup. I'm done. I'm not switching radios.
The bus died.
Oh, wow. It came back.
There you go. Wasn't your time yet.
Yeah.
32 sockets.
While you were transmitting, Dave, like you just faded away, like I turned the switch off. You know how a tube radio will fade away when you turn it off, it still receives till the filaments go out. That's what it did. And then I clicked it a couple times and it didn't come back. I'm like, well, I guess that's it. But maybe it's not.
Good thing it wasn't a spaceship.
32 sockets.
I've never done anything to this radio except make a power cord.
Well, I will tell you though, man, these old radios, they do require maintenance.
I know. I do need to spiffy this one up, give it a tune up and whatnot. It only puts out 1.5 watts carrier, and I got to make that up on the back end.
Yeah, it's plenty loud, Pete. Plenty loud.
Yeah, maybe I ought to leave it that way because it's got good modulation to carrier headroom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, sounds good.
With a stock mic.
This one here doesn't have that much output either, but it's all right. I have to run it through the baby driver.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. It's the only puts out about 1.5 watts.
You need to get one of those superstar stock mics. That's good for a stock mic, though. It's got its force.
Well, the mic must be right for the radio, but then everything else is, high level plate modulation.
I'd probably put a capacitor in it, though.
Well, that's what you would do. If you want to do it, you're welcome to come over and do it, but I'm not.
Okay, never mind.
Just to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, to get all the real highs out of there.
Take some of that bright edge off of there. The sawtooth.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't have to hear what it sounds like. That's what y'all got to put up with. So if you want to change that, you're welcome to come over and change it. I'm concerned with how I hear everyone, which coming through this radio receiver sounds really good. So I'm happy.
You got a separate receiver?
Separate from what?
From the radio.
No, it's a CB radio. It's a one-piece CB radio, Cobra 98. Look it up.
Cobra 98. Oh. It's a classic. It's a classic radio, no doubt about it.
Yeah, from like 1967 or so, 68.
Came out with a Cam 88. And they came out with a 98. And then some years later, they came out with a urinate just to piss people off.
Yeah, but this is the only two. Well, the 88 and the 98 is the only tube radios Cobra made.
This is before I was born.
I don't know of any other tube Cobra radios other than the 88 and the 98.
I can't think of any either.
No, they're pretty nice radios.
I gotta look it up, Cobra 98.
It looks like the front of a Bluebird school bus.
Oh boy, Bagger, that is quite a what you call that when you compare something with something like that?
Like an analogy?
Yeah.
There's a write-up on Dave's webpage that I did on my original Cobra 98. And that's when Dave dubbed it the Bluebird school bus. And then he puts up a picture of the 98 and the Bluebird school bus and let you decide.
And it really does just don't have any headlights, right, Pete?
It looks like a Bluebird school bus grill.
It does.
10-4.
Yeah, that's the only thing I never liked about the 88.
Yeah, it's a nice radio, though. I just never could get my hands on one. I mean, there's one downstairs, but it don't work.
Well, there's one right here, and I'm on it.
And it works. Well, for a while anyway, until it decided to stop working, but then it came back.
Yeah, it was only momentarily, really.
Just trying to scare you.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to be able to just get out and turn it off and go to bed. Oh no, I might be able to just turn it off and go to bed because here it goes again. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to look over at his radio. Ah, crap. Yep, transmitting in the blind. No receiver. Transmitting in the blind. Transmitting in the blind. 7-3 all. My receiver's done. I got work ahead of me. Countywide, 7-3.
I'd say goodbye, but you won't hear me.
I'm going to say goodbye just to say goodbye because I know he can hear me. Catch you later, Pete. Have a good night.
And of course now it came back.
Nighty night from the night train, Pete. Have fun.
That sucks when your receiver dies. Sucks when your transmitter dies, too.
Well, it just came back, but I'm not going to push my luck, so I'm going to roll with it. It did come back, but I obviously have some looking into to do. 7-3. Thanks for the fun. Check out the gate tomorrow. Countywide.
Specifications are subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. All rights reserved.
Catch you, Pete.
JR was being a bad boy tonight.
Oh, I love having fun. He knows it. He knows I just goof around.
He was being bad.
Well, what did he do?
He just threw little plugs in there that were like just totally hilarious.
That's kind of bad. I get stuff for the morning, too. So we'll catch everyone later. And
Like Skippy walking on Pete.
I will not be here. I will be up at the mountains. So I guess it'll be 2 weeks from now. Classic radio roundup.
Hey, Dave, before you go real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, are you having any luck in the field there?
In the field?
Yeah, the work field.
I mean, trying to find another job? No.
Man, that's a shame. Okay, I was wondering about that.
I've been looking. Every day I spend some time, perusing the job. And there's a lot of stuff out there, but nothing that fits me.
Yeah, all the new stuff out there, probably a little bit different than what you're used to. So yeah, what do they call that? You're kind of back in the day type thing.
Obsolete.
Well, I didn't want to go. See, I told you I'm a nice neighbor.
Yeah, I mean, I've sent out 3 applications, and I've been ghosted on all 3 of them. They didn't even have the courtesy to write back or answer or whatever.
How old are you now?
65, which,
Doesn't help.
That's going against me anyway.
No, I don't know. I don't know how much difference there is between. I don't know what you got in pension. I don't know. I was just, 65 is a good time to retire.
I may be forced to, but I'm still looking.
Dave, are you an engineer?
Yeah, choo-choo Charlie and all that.
Told you he was an engineer there, JR.
What type of engineer?
Electrical.
There you go. All right, well, by golly, by all means, go find an electric. There you go.
He tried to take your engineering hood away from you. I said, no, dude, Dave's an engineer.
I like those sandbaggers.
Yeah, well, right now I'm nothing, but
I'll be back.
There's nothing out there in that field.
well, there's a lot of this stuff I'm not qualified for. I mean, I spent 40 years working in a specific industry, and there's other skills that I don't possess because I've been never had to use them.
I got you. Yeah, you would have to have like a refresher thing. Nobody wants to do that, I guess. All right. Well, listen, I wanted to ask because I was thinking about you the other night there and was hoping everything was going in the right direction for you. But all right. Well, hey, you can collect some, so enjoy it.
Yep, that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, we'll catch everyone later. Good night.
Have a good night.